Greetings and welcome, my dear friends. It's time for something a little newer than some of my previous games on the channel. Not much newer, I mean this came out in 2009. But that still makes it a damn sight newer than Bloodlines, and certainly newer than the original Baldur's Gate. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age Origins here is, well, it was originally designed as a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate by the fine folks at BioWare. And who better, really, to pass on that mantle? Did they succeed in creating as amazing a story as that in Baldur's Gate? That's debatable. Personally, I think in some ways yes, in others, well, no. But still in some ways yes. But let's get started. So is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Threnodies, chapter 8, verse 13. At least I assume.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven. But instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alrighty. So here we are, the character creation. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to go with here. Except I know I want to play as a rogue. But that's about it, really. So we can go the human noble rogue, born to wealth and power, second only to royalty. You find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test, as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. Or a city elf rogue. You've always lived under the heavy thumb of your human overlords, but when a local lord claiming his privilege with the bride shatters your wedding day, the simmering racial tensions explode in a rain of vengeance. It's a fairly compelling origin story, although they all are, really. All 6 of the origins in this game are brilliant, I feel. But I don't particularly fancy the idea of being that downtrodden for this playthrough. And it's a very sour note to start on. Not that others aren't. Dalish elf, proud of your role as one of the few true elves. You've always assumed you would spend your life with your tribe until a chance encounter with a relic of your people's past threatens to tear you away from everything you have ever known. Tempting. Tempting. Dwarf rogue. We've got either dwarf commoner, born casteless in a land where rank is everything, bound as the lackey and thug of a local crime lord. You have spent your life invisible until chance thrusts you into the spotlight, where you can finally prove whether you will be defined by your actions or your birth. Which again, pretty downtrodden. It's not much fun. Although, again, brilliant origin. And the dwarf noble. As the favoured child of the dwarven king, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family and sycophants may pose a greater danger than even the battlefield. Human nobles, it's a fun origin, and you get the dog early, I suppose. But no, I think Dalish elf is the go this time. Why not? Let's do Dalish elf. Theron Mahariel. We'll maybe change that later. Not the Mahariel part, of course. Your surname is set. But let's check out some presets of heads. Let's go with Dangly Braidboy. Why not? We'll give him some different tattoos. Let's give him the full face thing, which must have hurt. It really must have. But, I mean, no skin off my nose. No, we're going with Dangly Braidboy because that's who he is, so we can't change the hair. Hair colour, maybe. No, I kind of like it being bright crimson. Eyebrows can stay... Bugger it. He can... Yeah. I'm not going to dick around with the eye shape, size, spacing, or height, but... And the colour is... very... well, we'll go with pointless, actually. Given that this is mostly an isometric game, you're not going to see your character's eyeballs. But we'll go with a vivid green anyway. No, anytime I mess with the nose it works out wrong, no matter what game it is. Same with the mouth. Let's give him an incredibly narrow neck. Now, portrait. Here we go. For some reason that feels like the most natural-ish, nature-based sort of thing. I don't know. And what expression shall he have in his portrait? Oh god no. I kind of almost want to go with Gormless McGee there, but I'm not going to. Let's go with just... You know what? Let's leave his expression alone. And voice. Not that you hear much of that, but you hear more of his voice than you'll ever see of his eyes.
I have lost the spell!
God, no.
How do you do?
Maybe.
Greetings. Greetings.
No.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Possibly.
Greetings.
How is that violent?
Oh, my spell!
No.
This isn't working. Need some... You're in my way. Goodbye.
I want to know why you're the violent voice. Violent voice. Tell me why you're the violent voice. Did I say something funny?
Don't be foolish.
Are you talking back at me?
Oh, my spell!
Okay, whatever.
My weapon does nothing.
You're not attacking me, though.
You're in my way.
You're in my way.
Goodbye.
Okay, whatever. Let's go with suave.
Charmed, I'm sure.
It didn't work. I need something new.
Move aside, please. Farewell.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? Let's just call him Braidboy. Now... need cunning. Need dexterity. And 1 willpower. And you know what? I'll dump 1 each into strength and constitution as well, because why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? It just seems like a reasonable choice to make. Now what have I got here? I've got 1 point to spend. I've got a point in survival already, and poison making. Combat training, combat tactics, herbalism, trap making, stealing, and coercion. Well, I am a rogue. Gotta go stealing, don't we? The character is quick enough to pilfer small items from others, whether friendly or hostile, so long as they're not too alert. Braidboy here is going to be picking everybody's pockets. Nothing belongs to anybody but Braidboy. That's just how he lives. He's a filthy little pocket-picking, picket-pocking thief. And I'm going to have fun with that. Dirty fighting he's got. Now, I feel like... Oh, they both require combat training. Oh, I went with stealing instead of combat training. Oh dear, I'm not going back. I've made my mind up. I'm going to live with the choice. Can pick it later anyway, it's fine. But Deft Hands. Passive ability requires 10 cunning. All rogues have some understanding of opening locks and spotting traps. But particularly dexterous hands and a steady grip give the character a bonus when picking locks or disarming traps. The character's cunning score also contributes to these skills. So, deft hands I have now. And below the belt or stealth. Let's go with below the belt, why not? Which is, actually, let me just read that out. The rogue delivers a swift and unsportsmanlike kick to the target, dealing normal combat damage as well as imposing penalties to defense and movement speed unless the target passes a physical resistance check. He kicks him in the balls, is what he does. Difficulty level... I'm doing this for the fun of it, not for anything pride related. I can't be arsed with Nightmare, I've done it before.
You were born amidst the Dalish elves, noble wanderers who refused to join the society of humans that subjugated their homeland so long ago. The Dalish travel the land in tightly knit clans, struggling to maintain their half-forgotten lore in a human world that fears and despises them. You spend your time hunting with your clanmate Tamlen in the forests, and as is sometimes the case, your quarry is not always the local wildlife.
It's a Dalish!
And you three are somewhere you shouldn't be.
Let us pass, Elf. You have no right to stop us.
Yes, he bloody does.
No? We will see about that, won't we? You're just in time. I found these humans lurking in the bushes. Bandits, no doubt.
We aren't bandits, I swear. Please don't hurt us.
You Shemlin are pathetic. It's hard to believe you ever drove us from our homeland.
We've never done nothing to you, Dalish. We didn't even know this forest was yours.
This forest isn't ours, fool. You've stumbled too close to our camp. You Shems are like vermin. We can't trust you not to make mischief. What do you say, Lethalon? What should we do with them?
Kill them, what do I care? The others will never know.
I like the sound of that. Anything to say in your defense, Shems?
Look, we didn't come here to be trouble. We just found a cave.
Yes, a cave. With ruins like I've never seen. We thought there might be,
Treasure? So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits.
If you've been there, you should have treasure to prove it.
But I have proof. Here, we found this just inside the entrance.
This stone has carvings. Is this Elvish? Written Elvish?
There's more in the ruins. We didn't get very far in, though.
How do you know that's Elvish, Tamlen?
I've seen something similar on the Keeper's scrolls. And this is all you found? Why didn't you look for more?
There was a demon. It was huge with black eyes. Thank the Maker we were able to outrun it.
A demon. Where is this cave?
Just off the west, I think. There's a cave in the rock face and a huge hole just inside.
Well, do you trust them? Shall we let them go?
So they can bring a mob to drive us out? Kill them all!
Yes. One could expect no less from a Shem. This will not take long. Well, shall we see if there's any truth to this story? These carvings make me curious.
Now, I've already made it clear that Braidboy is going to be stealing as much shit as he can from everybody he meets. He's also, as you might have just noticed, a bit of a prick, and he doesn't particularly like humans. He doesn't hate them, but as Tamlen pointed out, they were too close to camp. Now, shall we see if there's any truth to their story? These carvings make Tamlen curious. Yeah, sounds like a good
And if we
idea.
find anything, the Keeper will want to know.
The Keeper will indeed want to know if we find anything. That is true. Now, let me just move that over as far as it'll go and still maintain cohesion. Now, poison making can go there, and steal from Tamlen, please. Right. Now, steal from Tamlen, please. Ha 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 ha! What did we get? Oh shit, what did we get? We'll never know! But it will be something crappy. I'm sure of that. Maybe it was a health poultice. Certainly wasn't the Formari Tome. Or the Edge, Bragan's Bio, Helm of the Deep, Lion's Paw, any of that. He had an iron ring on him. That's alright, I'll be able to sell that later. Now, because we can, let's use the Formari Tome for a Tome of Skill and Sundry and a single ability point, which is going to go on combat training, so that the next one I get can go on improved stealing. Like I said, he's a thieving little bastard. Now. Pearl of the Anointed, +1 to all attributes, increases monetary gain. I will wear that. Thank you very much. That will be his amulet. At least for the time being. Guildmaster's belt looks good. Yep, Guildmaster's belt. It is. Dalish Promise Ring. The Lucky Stone, +1 to all attributes. Oh, the Memory Band, I believe, actually is an extra single % of experience gain. But that all adds up. Yes, I know how the inventory works. Now, let us, now that we've murdered these poor defenseless humans, let us go and auto-save the game, which is always polite, I suppose. Let's just go and see what we can see. Find a cave filled with ancient elven artifacts. Do a bit of archaeology. Okay. Oh yeah, I can wear that hat. The Helm of the Deep. Oh, I can. And they are better boots than I have. But it's telling me to take off the armor and put it back on. And put some health poultices on the belt, which is actually, to be fair, a very good idea. I have below the belt and dirty fighting, so... Alrighty. Wolves! There we go, that's 2 dead wolves. Yes, go away. Tutorial bloody annoyance. Ooh. There's a dead Hulla here. Codex updated. Alrighty. We have one in culture and history, which is... Oh, actually. Hulla first. We'll do it in order of how it appears here. No creature is more revered by the Dalish than the Hulla. No other animal has a god of its own. These white stags are much larger than ordinary deer, and the Dalish Hulla keepers carve their antlers as they grow, making them curve into intricate designs. In ancient times, these stags bore elven knights into combat, but since the fall of the Dales, they used less as mounts and more to pull the Aravels. Now, wolf. It is rather unfair, the reputation that the wolf possesses in Ferelden. For a people that so clearly adore their hounds, Ferelden simultaneously harbour a distrust of wolves that borders on the unreasonable. Unreasonable, that is, if one were not familiar with the ancient legends regarding werewolves. There was a time in Ferelden's past when demons inhabited the bodies of wolves in great numbers, causing the wars against werewolves and spreading great fear and panic. The werewolves were slain, but even today the noble wolf is still looked upon with distrust. From the Legends of Ferelden by Mother Aelis of Denerim, in the 10th year of the Dragon Age. An attack by wolves upon civilized folk happens rarely, often only in times of desperation, and even then only when the wolves have the advantage of numbers. This can change during a blight. When darkspawn rise onto the surface, their presence dramatically alters the savage nature of normal beasts. In blights past, as the corruption of the darkspawn spread through the wilder areas of Thedas, it would infect the animals found there, and the more powerful of them would survive and be transformed into a more vicious and dangerous beast. A blight wolf is one such example, mad with the pain of its infection, and only through the overriding command of the darkspawn does it still retain some semblance of its pack instincts. Blight wolves are always found in large groups, and will tend to overwhelm a single target if they can, using their numbers to their advantage. It is fortunate that these creatures rarely survive their corruption for very long. Okay. Now, the Dalish elves. In time, the human empires will crumble. We have seen it happen countless times. Until then, we wait. We keep to the wild borderlands, we raise Hala, and we build Aravels, and we present a moving target to the humans around us. We try to keep hold of the old ways to relearn what was forgotten. We call to the ancient gods, although they do not answer, and have not heard us since before the fall of Alathan, so that one day they might remember us. Elganan, the eldest of the sun, and he who overthrew his father, Mithal the protector, Fenharal the dread wolf, and Ruel the huntress, Falondin the friend of the dead, Dirthaman the keeper of secrets, Gilanan the mother of Hala, June the master of crafts, and Silace the hearth-keeper. We gather every 10 years for the Alathven to retell the ancient stories and keep them alive, for when the human kingdoms are gone, we must be ready to teach the others what it means to be elves. And that's all we're doing to the journal for the time being. Otherwise I'll just be sitting here all bloody night reading at you. I'll do a bit of reading at you from time to time. That way we'll get it all sorted and all done eventually. And that's the way it works, isn't it? Fuck off, Brazilian Forest Codex entry. Did we just encounter a locked object? I don't think we did. Since when is a tree trunk a locked object? That's just silly, game. Although... yeah, no. That's fine. Some elf root. Some more elf root. Some rubble. With some more elf root. How fun.
This must be the cave. I don't recall seeing this before, do you?
No, I don't. Let's check it out.
My thoughts exactly. With luck, we'll find something that will make us clan heroes.
Indeed we will, Tamlen. Tamlen and Braidboy, heroes of the Dalish. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Yes.
Looks like the Shem was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
Actually, that can be there.
No.
Okay, he's got nothing else to steal. Fine. That's just fine. Ooh. A cocoon with a dagger in it. There's all sorts just dangling from the ceiling in here, isn't there? Like spooters! Oh no!
And so I shall.
Ha! I'm interested as to precisely how that kick to the bollocks worked, because I
As you
wouldn't know
desire.
how to identify a spider's bollocks if they even have any. I'm not too bothered to find out where they are and whether they have any either. It's just one of those things that, no, just don't particularly want to get that close to them. Especially not when they're that fucking big. Now, right or left? Let's go right. The only problem with going right is that it might not be the right way. Ah, that and all the damn spooters. So I kicked him in the head till he was dead.
I would watch out were you.
Oh, traps. Good job I'm playing as a rogue then. Trap disarmed.
See there? That's a trap.
No shit, you suave motherfucker.
All right.
Another pile of... Ooh, a dark
I would watch out were I you.
dagger.
Delighted. What shall we do here?
Aha! What to do? Now this should be amusing. Hey now!
As you desire.
I really need to get some combat skills happening. That's alright, I'll level up soon enough. Yeah, nice work, Tamlen. You didn't even need me. Sort of.
See there? That's a trap.
Okay. And now we know what would have been left had we gone left instead of right at the beginning. Isn't that handy to know? Actually, it doesn't make much difference, but it's still nice. Oh, some rough Dalish gloves. Have I got gloves? I do. They're rough Dalish gloves, but I've got them. Ooh. There's a spider corpse I haven't searched. Why have these spiders got lyrium potions on them? Seems like an odd choice. Not sure how they'd drink them. Or why they'd want to. It's not like they're magic using spiders, they're just giant spiders. Crap. Magic using giant spiders would just be horrendous.
I can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you?
Oh yeah, I saw her at the pub the other week. She was just like... yeah, I don't know, it was worn, but it looks vaguely familiar.
Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture. The statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
It's interesting. So much of our past is lost to us.
I'd never have guessed ancient elves might have lived here. With humans.
Well... I suppose, you know, there's stranger things in heaven and Thedas, Tamlen, that are dreamt of in your Dalish philosophies. Or something, I don't know, really.
What's all this?
Fucking crap! Me Braidboy's poisoned! There you go. Not just how do you kick a spider in the nuggets, how do you kick a skeleton in the nuggets? Oh, shitballs. Shitballs and stew.
Now this
We're dead,
just
Jim.
too much.
That's unfortunate. Oh, for God's sake. No, hang on, I am sure that... I didn't? Okay. I honestly thought that I had quick-saved it. A few times.
As you desire.
Apparently I was mistaken.
Delighted.
It is, I suppose, at least entirely my own fault. After all, I do have a number of health poultices on me, and I didn't know I was having my ass handed to me by those skeletons, and the poison as well. I'm calling that an I'm a complete idiot reload. Every now and again, I'm going to just say I'm a complete idiot and reload, because That happens sometimes. You do stupid shit like detect a fucking trap when you're in combat with some giant spiders, and then go and proceed to walk directly over that trap instead of actually attempting to bloody disarm the bastard. Tamlen, get off the trap, will ya? In fact, I'll deal with that now. There we go. Nice work, my bro. Hey, 5 coppers. That was a wealthy spooter. Alrighty, now. Remembering to save this
See there?
time.
That's a trap, of course. And so I shall. I would watch out were I you.
I think that was better loot that time. I've got an extra poultice.
There you go! Off we go to combat!
Off we go to combat.
As you desire.
Really, Tamlen? That's your combat mark? That's kind of terrible.
We go to combat! Ha-ha!
That's about as bad as I would like the ship to go now.
As you desire.
Ah, right. Now that's done.
See there? That's a trap.
Yes, it is, Braidboy. You're very observant. It's almost like you didn't just walk into a trap that you found a short while ago. But then, reloading makes that almost as if it never happened. But, you know, I like to entertain you people. I will give you all the deaths. If I die doing something, especially if it's stupid, no matter how stupid, I mean, that trap that I walked into didn't kill me, to be fair, but, you know, stupid is as stupid does,
Believe this.
and stupid
Recognize this
gets
statue, don't you?
recorded. It's
Back
one
when our
but looks
people lived in our
vaguely
land,
familiar.
Statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of our Lathan?
It's interesting, so much of our past is lost to us.
I'd never have guessed ancient elves might have lived here. With humans.
It feels like we've had this conversation before already. How? How is that possible? Huh. Well, cannot steal in combat.
Here we go.
Yes. Hey, Tamlen,
Corpses? This place is haunted.
you actually did reasonably well in combat that time. You didn't say your stupid thing that you say.
Another creature ahead.
Oh dear, it's a Berescan.
Let's see.
Ranked creatures. The names of particularly challenging opponents are displayed in different colours to draw attention to the significant threat they represent. Opponents with yellow names are more challenging and aggressive than average. Orange names represent extremely powerful enemies capable of threatening a full party of adventurers by themselves. Oh no, Tamlen is down.
Why do they bother?
At least a bear, even a spiky, blighted bear, I know where the nuggets are on that, roughly.
By the creator.
Pwah. Hey, I get to level up. Whoa, level 2 already. Cunning, willpower, dex. Why the hell not? And improved stealing. Again, why the hell not? Now this time, what have we got for the bow? Rapid shot, pinning shot, or melee archer. Melee archer at the moment seems the most useful out of those.
What? You aren't going to leave without taking a closer look at the mirror, are you?
Come back and look at it later.
I want to look at it now. It's the only thing we've seen in here that isn't broken. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror.
Inside the mirror? Let me see.
Look, don't you see it? There it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look. It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me. Help! I can't look away!
This is just like what happened with Caden and that damn bacon that time.
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
Never enter battle with your bare hands. Good advice. You can't stab your enemies, and, you know, they can't bleed as quickly.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethaline. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
How did I get here, Fenrir?
A Shem brought you back 2 days ago. You don't remember him?
We encountered Shems in the forest, but we killed them.
Oh, the Keeper's not going to like that. But I doubt those Shems have anything to do with the one who found you. He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
The Tamlen was a Grey Warden.
So he claimed. I just wish he'd told us where that cave was. Most of the hunters are looking for it right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
Annoying part about this is I could have looted that Barascan's corpse.
It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did.
Well, I couldn't,
I
actually.
know not what dark power held you,
but it
nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
And Tamlen could be sick as well.
If he encountered the same thing you did? Yes. The Grey Warden said he found you alone outside a cave, already stricken. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
There were walking corpses and other strange monsters.
Walking corpses? Dark magic, but not darkspawn. I know not what the other creatures might have been. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember?
Did Duncan mention a mirror?
A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlen remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlen as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dalish? Without you, we will not find it.
I'm up to it, Keeper. I feel fine.
I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlen if you can, but do it swiftly.
Take Merrill to the cave and find Tamlen. I understand.
Go quickly, for Tamlen's life hangs in the balance.
I have questions about this Grey Warden.
When Tamlen's life is at stake? Oh, very well.
I thought they'd disappeared.
Not quite, Dalish. After they defeated the Darkspawn long ago, the Grey Warden's numbers diminished greatly over the centuries. It seems the humans have little use for them if Darkspawn aren't actively raising their lambs. I suppose the thought of Darkspawn returning one day did not occur to them.
And have they returned?
The Grey Warden thinks so. A war may be in the offing. If so, we must get as far away from it as possible.
Could we not help in the battle?
Let the humans fight their battles, as we must fight our own.
Why did you believe anything this Tamlen said?
He seemed honorable, and his care for your safety speaks well of him. I trust my judgment.
How did he know where to bring me?
He said he had been looking for our clan, and had a hint of our whereabouts. As I said, you were fortunate.
So
it is possible he sought a volunteer to join their order.
Dalish have joined the Grey Wardens before.
Indeed. The Grey Wardens once consisted of the best from all races. I know of no Dalish joining them since the days of the Darkspawn Wars, however.
What if he asks for one now?
It would be a great honor, though I don't know why any Dalish would choose such a life. Regardless, he has not asked.
Are these Wardens great warriors?
They are the best and most noble of all races, Dalish. Few can achieve their standards.
Fair enough. No more questions about the Grey Wardens. There is no list of questions left to ask.
Then do not tarry. Find Tamlen quickly.
I need more equipment before I go.
Master Island can help you. Go to him and ask to see his stock.
Alrighty, I'm curious about these darkspawn you mentioned.
Remember that Tamlen needs your help.
Yeah, we'll get to him. But didn't the Grey Wardens destroy the darkspawn a long time ago?
They destroyed the last horde of darkspawn to threaten the surface centuries ago. It doesn't mean they extinguished them all.
I think this cave was a darkspawn lair.
Darkspawn are savage, uncultured creatures, more akin to locusts than men. They may have befouled the cave, but they did not build what is there. From the Warden's description, it may have been a temple devoted to an old god. Should we return, I may see it for myself.
Why did the Grey Warden think I'd met a darkspawn?
Darkspawn are filthy, diseased beasts that taint the very air around them. The Grey Warden seemed to think your illness came from this taint. Since you did not meet any darkspawn, I don't see how that could be. No doubt he was mistaken.
What is a darkspawn exactly? I've never seen one before.
They are mostly boogeymen, used to frighten human children. In modern times, they are rarely seen on surface lands. But rumor holds that great numbers dwell in the ancient tunnels of the Draganlan, the dwarves. They obliterate all that is in their path. Like a plague of locusts, they spread disease and misery when they come to the surface. An event to be feared, without doubt.
Could that bear-like monster have been a darkspawn?
The old tomes say darkspawn come in as many varieties as surface creatures. They also say that many darkspawn are seen only during what the humans call a blight. Perhaps your bear monster was one of those.
Well, I have no more questions about the darkspawn keeper.
Then do not tarry. Find Tamlen quickly.
Goodbye, keeper. Have you got anything for me to steal?
All right.
You do. What did I get? Lesser warmth balm, probably. Or maybe the greenstone. I don't know. I don't really care. Pile of sacks. Iron Darmisu. I can steal from you. I can steal from... I can wait and then steal from more people. Now, I can steal from Child. I stole from Child. Excellent. What did I steal from Child? Well, one of those two people had a lesser spirit balm, and the other seemed to have another Darmisu. So, I'm gonna assume the kid probably had the spirit balm.
So you have returned to us, Dalish. We are grateful you are whole and well.
The Shemlan are responsible for this.
The Shemlan, eh? And I suppose the Shemlan dragged you into that cave? Twisted your arms to prevent you from coming to tell the Keeper of it first?
Look, I wanted to see if there was anything to tell, Aaron.
Once you saw what was inside, you should have returned. But you kept exploring, didn't you?
Look,
I suppose your youth can be forgiven.
Mate, just
Sadly,
because...
Tamlen pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalish. You belong to more than just yourself. Or do you not remember?
I know we're both part of the Braidboys Guild. I get it. And I'm sorry, Harren. I'll try harder next time.
Would you even know the reason behind your efforts?
Yes, to uphold the values of the Braidboys Guild.
Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
Okay. Exposition time, I suppose. Certainly, Harren.
Come then. Help me as I go along. Children,
who gives
hear
a
of
fuck
the
if
fall of the
Tamlen
Dales.
dies? Hey.
Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalish?
Well, children, it starts with a mummy elf and a daddy elf. No. Long ago, we were slaves to the humans.
Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
But the humans wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful, because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Then, the humans declared war on the Dales.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule.
To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenon have a homeland once more.
We shall return the old ways to those who have lost them.
We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elvenon. Never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the Oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlen quickly.
I'd like to hear more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Tell me about Arlathan.
Ah, yes. The Lost City. Before the Shemlen enslaved us, even before they came to this part of the world, our people lived in glorious Arlathan. Legends say that our ancestors were immortal, and we possessed magic the Shemlen could only dream of.
Do no books record our history?
When the humans enslaved us, they took away our language, our history, and our immortality. We quickened to the pace of life and retained nothing of ourselves. We were slaves for so long that even when we became free, there was little for us to recover. If books still exist, I do not know of them.
Why do the Shems allow us to exist if they hate us so much?
Perhaps they have no choice. Dalish clans are scattered to the winds and rarely gather, which makes us difficult for any organized effort to destroy. And why bother? We have nothing they want. No land, no treasure, and we always move on, allowing no one to grow too angry with us. Some might see this as cowardly, but we are proud. We are the last, and we will survive.
What happened to the elves who didn't join the Dalish?
They remain in human cities, forgetting all they once had. We call them Flat Ears, but they differ little from their Shemlen masters. A few may return, but we must accept that they know nothing of the lore, or why we keep it.
Do you think we will ever find another homeland?
We can hope to find a new home one day, where the Dalish and the Flat Ears will build a land greater even than Arlathan. We shall teach the Flat Ears the lore they lost, and perhaps they will teach us to understand the Shemlen at last. That is the only way we shall truly live in peace.
I think that's all. Thank you.
Then I'm sure you have much to do, unless you've other questions.
Did elves ever live in caves?
I've never heard of such a thing. But in the days of ancient Arlathan, we lived free and spread far across the continent. We were as varied as the Shemlen, though fewer in number. Perhaps some of us lived in caves then, but all knowledge from that era is lost.
What do you know about Darkspawn?
Only that they eat living flesh, and lurk in underground tunnels, once ruled by the Durgenlen. the dwarves. In the last blight long ago, the Grey Wardens all but wiped them out. Should they return, all races will shudder.
And what do you know about that Grey Warden?
The one who brought you back? Very little. He seemed decent enough as humans go. As for Grey Wardens, they're heroes without a doubt. Members of our own clan joined their ranks in ages past.
I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Tamlen.
And so I shall.
Stole from an old woman.
Delighted.
$26 copper.
Why would the Keeper call for a move so early? We were not expecting to leave for weeks.
I really don't think it matters much.
All right. And so I shall.
Is it?
It's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
The hunter's name is Tamlen.
I hope you find him soon.
Paul's a flat air. He arrived here a few days ago from the human lands.
I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
Only the parts where we sacrifice young elves to the gods.
That's funny. It is funny, right? You don't actually do that.
deal with Island in a moment, actually. Because as he's a shop, the more stuff I have to sell him, the better. It's just one of those things.
Delighted.
Bunch of health, some elixir of grounding, more Damisu. Well, this seems like a better bow. Let's use the better bow. Feels kind of silly to not use the better bow when you've got a better bow you can use.
And so I shall.
9 copper.
That Shemlin was a Grey Warden. They are supposed to be great warriors.
Of course. Delighted.
Now, who have I and who have I not stolen from here? No, I have this one and her, but not elf.
And so I shall.
Here. And what about Child? Did I steal from
How could Tamlen
Child?
be lost? He knows this area well.
As you desire.
Okay, I've stolen
By
from
the
Child
creators,
then.
it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Anathara, I shall. It's good to see you too.
All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlen may be dead.
Well, that's because Tamlen may be dead, but he's missing. That's all we know right now.
That's awful. He's been a good friend to you since you were fledglings. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
You've never spoken of my parents much, Ashal.
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
Don't we Dalish strive to learn of our past?
You've much to do tonight, with Tamlen still missing. I will tell you another time.
Next time we meet, I promise I'll tell you all about your mother, Jon Snow. It won't even get me head chopped off between now and then at all. I promise. Now, we're not going to talk to Merrill just yet, because there's this hunter and Child to steal from, and then there is Master Island to go and see and steal from, and sell shit to, and maybe buy shit from. And we haven't spoken to Marin yet either, have we?
Of course.
We have stolen from her.
Anithara, it's good to see you recovered.
How are the Hala faring, Marin?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem. May I ask of Tamlen's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
He may very well be dead.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength
Maybe
and pride.
too beautiful.
They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
Alrighty, you do that. Now... stole from you. I'm going to assume I probably stole from Island again, but I'm going to try something. I didn't. Right, okay. What did I get from him then? Some splint mail boots. Not that I can wear them. Ooh. A piece of malachite.
I'm glad you recovered. Once we find Tamlen, we can concentrate on the journey northward.
Thank you for the bow, Master Island. It is light and sturdy, much better than the one I made last year.
You are more than welcome. My father made it and used it in battle against the Clane tribes.
I will carry it with honor.
Could I ask you for a bow as well, Master Island?
One of my own crafting, perhaps?
Yes, thank you.
It may not have a history, but you'll provide one for it soon enough, yes?
Damn straight I will. I'd like to hear the story of your father's battle.
Then I am proud to tell it. Our clan was one of the first to flee the Dales. When we came to Ferelden, the fiercest of the Shemlin were the barbarians known as the Clane. We didn't wait for them to attack us. Every Dalish clan in Ferelden united to bring the battle to them.
Ah, surface of human was alright. Let them fear us.
The ensuing battle went well for us. That day, we carved out our reputation of being the deadliest archers. Our arrows won us the right to wander these woods at will. It was this very bow that my father used that day.
Thank you for the tale, Master Island, and especially the bow. I will honor its history.
Why would you relinquish such a relic?
We are all the same clan. His hand is as my hand. I have relinquished nothing. It was my father who first spoke of the Vir Tanadal, the three ways of the hunter. The first is the Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, to reach for our goal unrelenting. The second is the Vir Borasan, the way of the bow, to bend, but not to break. The last is the Vir Adalen, the way of the wood. We are as ancient as the forests, each tree a part of the greater land. All Dalish are united in this. One day, we shall have a homeland again.
Sure. Can I see your crafts, Master Island?
Of course. Take whatever you need.
Alrighty. Now, what can I sell you most importantly right now? I'll keep that. I will sell that. I will sell all three of those. I will sell all three of those. I'll sell that great sword because I don't need it. 24 decks. Well, there's no way I can get to that right now. But, yeah. Bunch of stuff that can go. And I think I'll keep most of the... I'll sell the iron ring that I stole from Tamlen. And if we bring him back alive and he asks about it, I'll just say, well, now you just need to go and buy it back off Master Island. Or, you know, try and convince him that it's yours. Or something. Really, I don't care. I mean, it's... You know... Who gives a rat's ass what Tamlen thinks?
As you desire.
Apparently he's my oldest mate, but... I don't know. I don't really feel like I even met him before today. It's a weird feeling, I
told
get.
me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlen, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
And she sounds distinctly less Welsh in this first game than in Dragon Age 2. Aren't you worried about getting sick?
A little, but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlen or something valuable will be worth it.
How much did the Keeper tell you?
Enough to pique my interest and my concern. You can explain the rest on the way. Master
supplies.
Island could help you, but do not tarry.
Well, okay. Can I steal from
All right.
you? 21 copper,
You're
nice.
back. Are you ready to go now?
How much of our lore do you know?
Less than I'd like to. I know some of our old magic, as the Keeper does, and I'll know about these relics if I see them. The Keeper isn't sending me to collect anything, however. We're worried about Tamlen.
Okay, cool, let's head out
And
now.
let us make haste while daylight lasts.
Well, this looks disturbingly familiar. Oh dear. Look at that. That there is Darkspawn, isn't it?
Flashes like a throat! I've yet to see.
What were those things? Were those Darkspawn?
That would make sense.
I've never seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
I think I would have noticed.
Let's move on and hope we don't meet any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
Nothing I won't... Oh. No, I'm fine. Why do you ask?
It's just that you're quite pale. You look a bit feverish, in fact.
It's just the exertion.
Well, I'll keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
We should indeed, Merrill.
I wonder whose camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
Maybe it belongs to the Shemlin who found me.
You're probably right. Didn't he say he was headed back to the cave? If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlen. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No forest creatures. It's too quiet.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Perhaps you'll see more walking corpses.
Would they come outside the cave? That would not be good. The sooner we find this cave and Tamlen, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
fine, Merrill. I'll take you there as quickly as I can, but there's a bunch more darkspawn, like, right in front of us. To the point that we're actually technically already in combat with them. Yeah. Fine, we'll have to kill this mob. Then we can consider quick saving. Die, you bastard! Look. There we go. Bastard is dead, finally.
Of course.
And here we are at the cave. Gather your party and venture forth. Alrighty, now.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlen, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Maybe they took him hostage.
Maybe. Let's just hope he's here, somewhere.
Okay, now.
I'm sensing more darkspawn.
You shouldn't be able to sense darkspawn yet. I mean, fair enough. Grey Wardens can sense darkspawn, but I ain't one yet. Spoiler alert for the game, by the way. Let's see, 14-year-old title.
I would watch out were I you.
Yeah.
As you desire.
Small chip dice crystal. Nice.
See there? That's a trap. I would watch out were I you.
There's a bunch of traps. So many traps.
See there? That's a trap.
Really? I'm certainly not minding getting 20 XP a pop from you trappy bastards. That's
Time for
damn
more
sure.
darkspawn, I see.
Okay. Time for more darkspawn PCs.
More like it.
Defend yourself!
It. Oh dear.
Let's shed some blood.
By the gods!
And how's that?
Oh no, Merrill's down. Still draining chips.
Off we go to combat.
Off we go to combat. How about... I don't want to die here again.
So I shall. As you desire.
Let's see.
Look, just die already, you bastard, will you?
Delighted.
Yay, leveled up.
Of course.
But just me and not Merrill, because she's not really a party member yet.
And so I shall.
We'll only accept you as a party member if your name is Merrill. If you're Welsh. That's it. Or at least if you sound Welsh. You're not allowed to sound any other nationality than Welsh if you are Merrill.
As you desire.
That's just the way it works. Of course, I'm saying that purely because I really liked Eve Miles in both Dragon Age 2 as Merrill and in Torchwood as Glenn Cooper.
I will make this quick!
Of course.
Hey, replacement health poultice. And it's normal health poultice time as well, and I'm still operating on the light ones.
I would watch out were I you. See there? That's a trap.
Ooh. Now, I wonder what's going on here. Should I perhaps consider going through this here door and disarming some of them traps? I think I'll level up first, actually. And again, just dex, willpower, cunning. Yeah. Those are my stats, bro. Rapid shot, which is sustained. Now, sustained abilities I like keeping over on this side of the bar so that you can just turn them on and forget about them. Shit! Nearly like I forgot about those traps. But then I didn't. Yeah. Okay, fine. Let us disarm these bastards as well. get some more handy dandy XP.
Delighted.
Now, awesome. Barascan corpse with 26 coppers on him. Duncan, some rubble, bunch of dead darkspawn, and a sarcophagus in
So
the
you
room.
were the one fighting darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
What gives away this whole face tattoo? If you heard the fighting, why didn't you help?
I would have, had I not been battling them myself. Not all the kills here were yours, as you can see. My name is Duncan, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
Andarana Tishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Merrill, the Keeper's apprentice.
Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
We're looking for our brother Tamlen.
So, you and your friend Tamlen both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror.
Yes. Was that bear we saw a darkspawn?
Perhaps. The mirror draws darkspawn to it. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the darkspawn. Tamlen's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlen too, I presume.
Can we fix it?
Unfortunately, no. It will taint all those who come near it now.
I do not fear this sickness. The Keeper knows how to cure it.
She may have weakened it, but she cannot cure it. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Perhaps there is something to what you say.
Confirm it with your keeper later if you like. For now, we must deal with the mirror. It is a danger. It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
But what about Tamlen?
There is nothing we can do.
I'm still alive. He could be too.
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlen has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
Can we just leave the cave like this? Is it safe?
With the mirror destroyed, I doubt the Darkspawn will return.
Can we return later and search through the ruins? We could learn from many things here besides the mirror.
The cave is not safe. Everything here was exposed to the mirror's taint. If your people must come here, they should cleanse it with fire.
Not ready to give up the search just yet.
If you prefer, I can wait outside while you look around, but I assure you, he will not be here. I suggest, however, leaving sooner rather than later. You are sick, whether you feel it or not, and it does you no good to linger.
I just want to look around to make sure.
As you wish. I will see you back at camp.
Just want to search this rubble with its dagger. Well. Small metal round shield.
Of course. The unnatural are always so bothersome.
Oh dear.
Why do they bother?
Oh dear, Merrill is down. God damn, 4 skeleton archers now to deal with, on top of all of that bollocks.
Of course. As you desire.
Please.
Now this should be amusing. And how's that?
Has to be suave voice, which wasn't a very suave plea for help. Really, I feel. Okay, now they're all dead. Merrill, get up. You lazy, lazy person. Having a nap while I'm doing the work. Now on the way out of this ruddy cave tunnel system thing filled with horribleness, undead, darkspawn, and horribleness.
I'm relieved you have returned, and I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlen? What did you find of him?
Well, if he was alive, the Darkspawn would have killed him.
There were darkspawn in the cave?
There is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel then, Duncan. Merrill, warn the hunters. If darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Dalen, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Okay. Why can't we discuss it now?
Because I must talk to your Keeper first. It will not take long.
Tell Haran Pyvel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
Well.
So you return with the Grey Warden, but without Tamlen. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
Yes, Haran. He is dead.
So, another of our children has perished. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
I don't recognize that poem.
Our ancestors did not age as we do. The Shemlen brought a quickening to our blood that changed us forever. Instead of death, those weary of life would pass into Uthanera, the waking slumber. In doing this, they made way for the young. It was supposed to be a beautiful time, a celebration of the Elder's long life and contribution to his people. Alas, we have no such ceremonies these days.
Will you prepare a service for Tamlen, please?
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlen. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper, it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
What if Tamlen isn't dead?
We shall sing for him anyway, and pray he does not suffer. I ask only one thing, if I may. This Grey Warden. You have met him now, yes? Is he a good man?
He seems honorable for a Shemlen.
Interesting. What is it he talks to the Keeper about, I wonder? Perhaps you should go and ask.
Something darkspawn blood. I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Ha! There are still some people around here to steal from.
The Keeper is expecting you. You should not
Well,
keep her
I
waiting.
don't give a flying rat's ass. I would like to hear more about our history.
Now that's something I rarely hear. Of course.
Pretty sure that's exactly what we had
Then
before.
I'm sure you have much to do. Unless you've other questions.
Yeah, I should go.
Of course.
Darkspawn will
May the
also
gods
be the
guide your
same, no
path,
doubt.
Tamlen.
Now. Oh. I didn't even spot Merrill over here. With his dread wolfiness. Of course, he will have absolutely nothing to do with the new game in this series that is currently in development, known as Dragon Age Dread Wolf. Nothing to steal from Duncan. Damn it. How about Hunter here?
Of course.
Haha, 45 coppers. Hell yes.
Your keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
Okay. And what does this have to do with my cure?
Everything, I'm afraid. The Darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that. But it means joining us.
Will I be able to return to my clan?
We do not know. But we could not watch you suffer. The Grey Warden offers you a way to survive.
This is not simply charity on my part. I would not offer this if I did not think you had the makings of a Grey Warden. Let me be clear. You will likely never return here. We go to fight the Darkspawn, a battle that will take us far from your clan. But we need you, and others like you.
I'm honored by your offer.
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty and your salvation.
Can I accept this privilege, Duncan? If you'll have me.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalish. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
Ready to go now? Would like to stay
We have
for
much ground
Tamlen's
to cover,
funeral.
but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalish. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
Let me try and pick people's pockets one last time. We need a Dalish clan for Dragon Age 2. Oh, how about we use the mob that were in the Dalish elf origin story? They're a mob of Dalish elves.
We will be
Alright.
traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelin. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I'm Braidboy, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
Haha, too bad the same can't be said of yours. You know of the Dalish, King Kaelin.
I wish I knew more, but your people aren't exactly fond of mine. For good reason. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Well, perhaps this isn't really a blight after all.
So some believe, but I disagree. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
You could if you want.
You must not speak of the king so. He is over-eager, perhaps, but he is also one of the few Grey Warden allies. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Well. that is where I'm going to end this session of Dragon Age Origins. I hope you've been suitably entertained, and farewell for now.